Number 1 Iron Age Booty Daddy.
This is how democracy dies. Good! Because about the only thing worse than communism is democracy. And let's get into why that is. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rolling Stone came out with a fantabulous article yesterday titled "Why Cancel Culture is Good for Democracy." Now, as many of us have argued in the United States for the past many years, is that we don't actually live in a democracy. We don't actually want a democracy. What we would prefer to have is a republic, right? A republic with some democratic processes. Now, for those of us who used to live in states that had low taxes and good housing prices and, jobs that could keep up with the markets, we know exactly what democracy does. States like Colorado, back in the 2012 election, flipped to blue, and from there it went downhill. Why? Because the centralization of democracy are those who live in major centers of population. So, before I go into that, let's get into this article from Forbes. Right here, why cancel culture is good for democracy. For many years, cancel culture has been despised or misconstrued as a new phenomenon that's caused havoc on free expression and speech. We're supposed to assume that we can't say or do anything without an angry mob instantly judging us and preparing to end our careers before they start. In actual fact, we are the people who make up the so-called mob, and we have control over our own actions. That is true to a point. The biggest problem that they're looking at here, that they're not addressing here, and I find it the complete and utter duplicitousness of this entire article, is the fact that they get into it. It talks about levying cancel culture against those in power. What you don't realize is that those in power are using you as the cancel culture mob to affect policy and affect things to get rid of their opposition. That is what you are being used for currently. You are being used in a way to get rid of the opposition. Well, it's popular with the people. We might as well do it. Cancel culture has leveled the playing field for those who can't always rely on the government to protect them. Ladies and gentlemen, you should never rely on government to protect them. You and only you are the only person who can protect yourself. Just remember, the cops are always about 11 minutes away. And 11 minutes is a lot of time to get hurt. So, right now, bigots are protected under the First Amendment to fuel disgusting rhetoric without state-sanctioned consequences. Okay, and if the state... Now, we have seen many people, okay, go through cancel culture, attempted cancel culture, even on the left. Would J.K. Rowling have to face state-sanctioned consequences? Is that what they're referring here? Would she have to? What about Mr. Luke Skywalker? Would he have to face state-sanctioned consequences? Or is it only... don't get me wrong. The Big H Man really loved cancel culture. He canceled a lot of people, if you know what I mean. The America that tolerated white supremacy in their policies and laws is the same country that wants to remind us how such forms of hate are still legal via free speech. Cancel culture is the poison to those in power that have benefited from unchecked free speech. Who in power has benefited from unchecked free speech? Who? Last I checked, people have been getting arrested for free speech, even here in the US. Cops are pulling people over for bumper stickers. That's one thing. Is that cancel culture at its finest? Are those people free to speak? No. You are removed from platforms controlled by the wealthy elite if you say anything out of bounds. Even here on YouTube, as passionate as I am right now, I have to dance around things, right? And come up with colorful language to simply say my opinion. And I guarantee they consider this hate speech, right? Now, if I go against the political narrative, which has been filtered down through those who believe in canceling other people, then I will be canceled. And it will all be under states that, well, they They have free speech against you as well, and these companies have free speech as well to remove you. And it's interesting how all of it leans in one direction, and they're not talking about canceling certain people. Going down here, this is what made me laugh, okay? When British media personality Piers Morgan publicly attacked Meghan Markle. Publicly attacked. You mean he said some words about her? The Duchess of Sussex on a March 2021 of Good Morning Britain. He didn't expect the immediate backlash or that he'd soon be exiting the show. Wait a minute. Wait. Cancel culture is the poison to those in power that have benefited from unchecked free speech. Is Meghan Markle, did you just say she's a duchess? So cancel culture literally protected this woman. If I am not mistaken, cancel culture is being levied against the creators of South Park right now for making jokes. Joe Rogan has been relentlessly attacked over his free speech. What power does he have? What power does he have outside of providing entertainment for a lot of people? You see, how about the doctors out there who were just trying to inform people a few years ago, and they were completely muted? They were silenced. If you spoke out, mobs showed up to your house. You were ostracized, and they wanted you ostracized from society. But the powerful let it happen. You see, the biggest crux of this entire argument here that Forbes is doing is that they are gaslighting you into thinking that cancel culture only affects those above a certain dollar amount. And most of the time, cancel culture affects those below the dollar amount that they can't even fathom being that low. It's people online such as myself. It's everybody who doesn't make six figures who can't go against this. It's people who have had day jobs who've been fired for speaking out, right? Who are just trying to feed their families. How many regular people, in comparison to the celebrities and stuff, have been canceled? So they sit there and they tell you, and I might agree with them on that, cancel culture is good for democracy. Well, of course cancel culture is good for democracy, because democracy, if you know, is centralized in the population centers. Okay, and those population centers tend to devolve into a groupthink every single time. And that groupthink tends to radically alter policy and alter society in a way to make sure that those people who grow their food, who build the houses that they live in, and those people who simply just want to be left alone cannot be left alone. We've seen what democracy does. Democracy in the individual states has eviscerated roadways. It's taken water rights away from farmers. It has absolutely collapsed a way of life for many, many people under the centralized democracy that people want. So, ladies and gentlemen, never forget, if cancel culture is good for democracy, democracy needs to die. Democracy needed to die centuries ago. It is a false premise, and it is a way for a barely majority to control the rest. And that's what they're missing here. Democracy needs to die. It's about the only thing worse than communism on the planet. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out A Drink with Crazy. Never forget, if you guys comment down below, I dedicate a special live stream to all of your comments on Sunday. It's called Sunday Coffee. It's at 11 a.m. on Sundays. I would love to see everybody who checks out this video comment down below, and then tune in on Sundays to see how I react to your comments and how I answer your comments. If you guys come here and you dedicate some time to me, I'm definitely going to dedicate my time right back to you. And until next time, cheers, everybody. Thank you all so much for checking out this video. Never forget, if you would like to be a part of my supporter live streams, head over to my Guilded or my Locals, links down in the description, and you guys can join me for those live streams every single Wednesday. But right now, I would love to say thank you to everybody who is supporting me. Over on Locals, we've got Little Andean, Sword Rush, Frequency Studios, Katie Francis, Kikomon, Iron Age Media. We also have over on the Guilded, JP, the Myriasphere Origins, Skunk's Workshop in the Gold tier. He is an Iron Age Booty Daddy. Trippy Soul, also another Iron Age Booty Daddy. Kikomon, and Frequency Studios to round all of it up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here on the channel, and I will see you all in the supporter live streams.